Welcome to It's Your Business, a program designed to highlight our local small businesses who participate in contracting and procurement opportunities at Houston Community College. I'm your host, Veronica Douglas. If you have tuned in before, welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Either way, we are glad that you are joining us on today as we highlight our local small businesses for the great work that they do. If you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, please do so by visiting our website and clicking Let's Stay in Touch. Subscribing to our newsletter allows us to reach you in a uniform manner, providing information about the Small Business Development Program and its community partners. So with that being said, let's get started. Today, we will speak with Sherronda Scoggins, owner and founder of KC Events and Florals, LLC. KC Events and Florals is Houston's premier source for luxury florals, event planning, and full-service decor, which serves some of Houston's Fortune 500 companies and nonprofit organizations. Sherronda leads an extraordinary team of talented professionals that will bring your vision to life. Whether it's a wedding or a social gathering, leave it to KC Events and Florals to handle the intricate details and designs. Joining us today is Sherronda Scoggins. Welcome, Sherronda.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for having me.
It is so great to have you. So start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and what your passions are.
Okay. My name is Sherronda Scoggins. I am a mother of 7. I am also a wife. I do florals, I do events. My passion is in florals, the decor part of events. Bringing everything to life is what my passion is. And I really didn't know that was my passion until I just kind of got thrust in there for doing this in this business. And it's something that I love. And I don't think I'd ever go back to do anything else.
And how many years have you been in business?
19 years. September made 19 years for us in business. I started off in my home 19 years ago, and I've expanded into a large warehouse since then.
So tell us a little bit about your team. How big is the team that you work with?
Actually, our immediate team is about 6 of us. There's 6 of us usually here on a daily basis, from warehouse staff to my assistant in the office, an organizer in the office, and another guy who helps load the trucks. And then we work with a number of contractors as well.
And this is truly a family-owned business. I do recall I worked with you a year or so ago on our Access to HCC Procurement Expo, and I know you came in, and I believe what may have been your daughter and your husband. So all of you guys were right there hands-on with us. So are your husband, your daughter, are they part of your business, some of your children?
They are. My husband operates the warehouse along with one of my sons. My daughter works inside of the office with me, keeping my schedule. She actually takes orders. She actually helps to prepare quotes. My oldest son, he is here part-time. He's just kind of wherever we need him for loading, unloading the warehouse. And then I have an organizer who's not family, but everybody else is family. My dad is my carpenter. He builds just about everything that we need in this warehouse, from tables, furniture, that type of thing for us.
Wow. How big is the warehouse?
We have a 5,000 square foot warehouse with 20 something foot ceilings. We have outgrown. We have, since pre-COVID, we've been looking for a larger warehouse. We probably need about, just to house it all, about 10,000 square feet. We just haven't found it yet.
So what can you tell us about your companies? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'll say we're definitely maxed out in this space.
That's a really good thing. That's a really good problem to have.
It is.
So can you tell us a little bit about your company's values?
Our company values relationships and community over anything else. And that's the one thing we stand by. We stand by our customer service with our clients, that they're our number one priority.
And tell us a little bit about the services that you offer.
Oh, services. We offer everything from daily florals which is a same-day delivery. We offer florals to our clients. We do hotel installations, restaurant installations for florals. We do rentals. We're a full service rental company. Everything from draping, lighting. We do furniture, lounge furniture, chairs, tables. We have a lot of caterers that come to us because we offer glassware, plates, chargers, silverware. We can stock a bar for up to about 1,200 people. So anything that you would need for rentals for a actual event, we would have it. Heaters, bars, the whole nine.
So on the daily floral delivery, who are your customers? Is that retail clients or hospitals?
That's a little bit of everybody for daily flowers. We have actual large companies that call us when they have an employee that's out sick and they want to send flowers. If they had a new baby, they will call us. We have the regular everyday consumer that just want to send flowers for, it could be for a wedding, for an anniversary, just same day to say thank you. We do funerals as well. And then we also have our hotels that call us also for things they may need at the last minute that they need for guests that's arriving at the hotel. So any consumer that would ever need to send flowers are our regular customers on a regular basis.
So can you tell us how you capture your clients' ideas and bring them to life when they call you wanting a beautiful arrangement or bouquet?
Yes, the first thing I think is key is that we listen. We listen to what it is the client is saying and what they're asking us for, but also being able to read between the lines. Because a lot of times people, they have an idea or a vision in their head, but they don't really know how to put that out there in words. So I'm listening to everything, but I'm also asking questions. I'm asking questions so I make sure that we're on the same page of what it is that they're looking for, that even though they may not be able to articulate it, I've done this long enough to ask the right questions to know, okay, this is what you're looking for. You're saying this, but I think you're really wanting this. And then it's usually like, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And then we design it. If it's an event and it's not a floral, we actually sometimes try to do a mock-up, which I actually go in and it's an actual picture mock-up of what it would look like, of what they would actually be able to get so they can actually visualize it on paper versus just me telling them what it is that I'm planning to do for them so they can
I
see
was,
it.
I was going to actually ask about that. So that some type of, electronic file that you may transfer
Yeah,
to them and then you can tweak it as needed.
exactly. That way we use Canva a lot, and when we do it in there, it's a rendering, and they literally can actually see what it's going to look like before we actually get there to the actual event.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are some of the fall flowers this year that are popular or that you like to use, or even the plants? What's going on hot this season?
Well, I can tell you now with the the way growers are able to grow things, almost everything is almost in season nowadays. That we have our hands on a lot of things that normally in the past you wouldn't be able to get. But I know yarrow is one of those plants. It's kind of a little weird little plant. It's delicate, has a little bitty little, it don't even look like petals. It looks like little balls on top, but it is one of those things we can only get in the fall. So I do love to use yarrow when I can. It's a very hardy plant. It usually comes in yellow. Sometimes you can find it in like a reddish brown during this time of the year, but it's a very hardy flower. It's very unique looking. So it's one of the things I really love to use during this time. I love to use hanging amaranthus because at this time you can find it in the fall colors. It's a very long plant, so it's one of those hanging things that adds drama to centerpieces, or if we do a hotel installation, it adds a lot of drama to the centerpiece. So I like to use those during this time because those are typically ones that we can't get in those type of colors, or we can't actually get it at this time of the year in fall. But I'm a big rose person. I like Lysianthus. Lysianthus, they come in a chocolate color, so we can find it in the fall. It's a really unique color that you don't see every day. So during this time of the year, I really love to use those type of colors and those type of flowers that we normally can't get off season. But almost everything now is seasonal because of how they grow things now and they engineer it. So, but those you can't.
So for our viewers that want to place an order with you, do you have the ability to take orders online or do they need to pick up the phone? How could someone order with you?
Well, they can go to kceventsandflorals.com and place an order on there. And we also have kceventsandfloralshouston.com. That is our daily flower site. It's just strictly flowers on the KC Events and Florals Houston site where they can just go and put their order in. Our team gets it, and then it can go out the same day. If orders are done before 12 p.m., they go out the same day for delivery.
Very nice. That is awesome. So I know you mentioned that you just love planning events. Let's talk a little bit about weddings. So talk to us a little
Wedding.
bit about how you're assisting your clients with their, oh, the brides, I should say, with all of their wedding needs.
Gotcha. Well, I am on another end, I guess you could say, from planning. I stopped full planning like maybe 10 years ago, but I still have to wear a planner's hat. When it comes down to the actual decor for an event, everything has to be planned out. And a lot of times, my clients, I get the feedback that even though she was not our planner, she acted like she was our planner because I come from that background of planning. So when we're doing events for wedding, the first thing is to sit down with our client to find out what it is that they actually want. And a lot of times they come with their Pinterest boards and they will say, I'm all over the place. I really don't know what I want. But I'm usually able to find a common theme by looking at their Pinterest board, even though they didn't see it. I'm able to pick it out, spot it out. And so the first things we want to know is where they're actually having their event, if they have dates picked out, because a lot of time brides are coming because they're shopping early, but we can't really plan anything or design anything without an actual venue. So that's the first steps. They need to have an actual venue for us to get started, because I need to be able to visualize what it is in the room and in the space. And then if they actually have a planner that's working closely with them with all their vendors, I need to know those people. I need to know all the vendors still that are involved, just like a planner would need to, because I need to know all the logistics that we're working with. Because a lot of times when you're doing decor for an event for someone, there are a lot of other moving parts of other people that are involved. So coming from the planner's background, I need to know all those details too. I'm very detail oriented, so I need to see the whole picture of everything that's going on and able to be effectively to be able to serve the client in the best way, because there may be services that overlap and you not necessarily need what you're asking from me because somebody else's services overlaps to my service and you may just need them. So if I know the whole picture, I'm better able to serve them and to serve them as their budget, because even budget wise, planners need to know budgets. And me as decor, I need to know budgets, but so I can sometimes save them in areas because somebody else can offer that versus them actually maybe having to get it from me.
So as far as the linens and the drinkware and the glasses and photography, these are all services that you can provide.
They're all services that we can provide. Photography, I try to stay out of that lane. I let the photographers do that. I do have a background in photography, so the only time I usually do it is for clients that come to me that just want maybe like a family portrait or a graduation portrait that's needed. But I try to leave that to my colleagues so that I can focus on the details of the event.
What is your favorite type of event to work with?
I would have to say, as much as I do, I really love weddings. I love weddings because of all the details, all the pretty. It gives me the opportunity to showcase my talents. I really love to do weddings, but corporate, it is a whole nother beast. But corporate usually says, we just want this. Can you do it? How much is it going to cost us? And you get in there, you're able to execute what they need, and it's an in and an out. All the details, all the working parts. Weddings are a little bit more complicated, but I love them because I really get to showcase my talents of decor, flowers, and bringing everything together and actually bringing the client's vision to life. You can't do that any better than in a wedding.
And I know this is kind of a stretch, but what is just like a median or low end that, someone could pay for, the services, the decor services in a wedding of, I don't know, 50 people, nothing large, but just to give people an idea.
Gotcha. It kind of varies because I've had weddings for 50 people that reach $15,000 to $20,000 just for 50 people because of the intricacy and the details of things that they're asking for. But on an average, most of our clients, 150 people, are normally in that ballpark of 10 to 12. It really depends on what the client is asking for. Now, a lot of times clients ask us, do we have packages? We don't do packages. We custom design for our clients. So we've had clients come to us and they don't really want a whole lot. They may just want some simple centerpieces. They're not doing a whole lot of bridal party flowers. Maybe they're doing it themselves. And they really only have like a $5,000 budget. We're able to, but normally I work with my clients to say, okay, if you have a $2,500 budget, what is it that you're really getting from me? What are you really asking? Then I'm able to tell them if I'm able to accomplish that off of their budget. Because I've done this so long, I can usually tell them if you're having 150 people, there's no way, or even 50 people, at $2,500, it's not possible for us to do it if we're doing a full bridal party flowers for you, and we're actually doing linens, we're actually doing florals. But if you're just trying to bring floral small centerpieces on the table, then that's doable. But I do talk to my clients to see what their whole vision looks like, and I'm very realistic with them about how far their budget can take them, or if they need to maybe go back and evaluate their budget, because I find out a lot of brides don't know what it costs to produce a wedding. And so the magic number always seems to be $2,500. And $2,500 usually only can get you probably bridal party flowers, only if you have a limited number of bridal party, because some people come with, they have 8 to 10 girls, and then I have to tell you them they've already blown their budget. But because I come from a planner's mindset and from that background, I'm usually able to guide them to say, hey, this is what you're asking for, but realistically, this is what you can actually get. But if they're okay with me designing something based on what I see their vision is, then we can come to a happy medium of me giving them something that can help to fit their budget and still give them what they like all in, one scoop. But we have to be realistic with them and honest with them about what their budget can actually purchase.
Do you have a service area for the events? How far are you willing to travel, or how far have you traveled?
We have traveled to Florida. We've gone to Pennsylvania to do events. Normally we are around Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, but we do have people that ask us to go further. We'll travel anywhere the client's willing to pay for us to go. I love to travel. I love to do what I do in different settings. So if they ask me to go across seas, we're more than willing to get on a plane and go.
I was checking out your social media this week, and I noticed that you guys did some really cool balloon arches for the aquarium downtown. So talk to us a
Yeah.
little bit about that service that you offer.
Balloon service. Actually, I learned balloons back when I was in high school working with my mom. It was nothing like the balloons that are here now, but I got a quick learning curve during COVID when I couldn't find somebody to do some balloons for a client of mine. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to bring out some of my old skills to try to do this. And so we did, and we've been getting orders for balloons ever since then. And the crazy part is, I don't even really do the balloons anymore. My daughter, who works with me, is 16. And I train her how to do balloons, and she's just kind of taken over everything balloons. She has clients. The aquarium is one of the clients. The aquarium, she does balloons for corporate clients at the Hilton Americas. She does Lone Star, and a couple other of our big ACC is one of their graduations. She does their graduations for balloons. So she does quite a bit in balloon work. She picked it up very quickly during the time of COVID, because she's homeschooled and she's kind of ran with it. All of our kids have learned entrepreneurship from us. And so we try to find their niche and where, they're good at. And she picked that up after never doing balloons before, and it's been her thing. And so we let her handle it. That's her
And I
client.
did see the HCC balloon arch design. It was really nice. I have to say
Thank
that she did
you.
an excellent job, represented you very well.
Thank you. Thank you. We're very
So
proud of her.
what other creative gifts do you have that you offer up
Oh,
to your clients?
a lot of things. I always say, people used to say, that you have all these different things and you are master of none. I think I've mastered quite a bit of my skills in different areas. We offer seating charts on mirrors, on acrylic. It's custom to the client. So adding that custom small touches for our clients is a big thing. And so we do those in-house. We also, for a lot of clients, it wasn't a thing that we intended to offer. It's another division of our company. But during COVID, a lot of things changed and people were transitioning to do some new things. And I already have the equipment. So we do uniforms for companies as well. We make our own now. We don't outsource that anywhere. And so since we do have other companies ask to do it, custom mugs, custom cups, they get it from us. And because we have that equipment, when people rent our bars from her, we have LED bars that light up. And so it's in acrylic. And so we can put their company logos on our bars. This week we did Houston Order Lines. We had custom signage actually on the actual wall, their event. You can do them on the floors, the walkways to walking in. So custom signage for our clients is something that we have begun to offer that has really taken off for us to add those personal touches for our clients. So,
And I do want to say that I also noticed that you were recognized by the Houston Chronicle as one of the best flower shops in Houston in 2023. So I want to congratulate you on that
thank
award.
you, thank you, thank you. We were when we got nominated, we were like, oh, okay, great, a nomination. We weren't expecting to win because we were up against some heavy hitters that have been around. Flower shops have been around for 40, 50 years. So that was really a surprise, and we were very honored that Houston chose us to represent them like that. I appreciate that.
So
It
is
was an
there
honor.
any advice that you could give up to somebody that is interested in going into events and florals, starting their own
Yes,
business, maybe something new?
yes, and actually, I mentor other small business owners, and I also mentor those that are coming into the industry. I offer a flower class and a business class to people that want to actually get into this industry. So I offer that class. But the advice that I would like to give, one, I always tell people that being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. It takes a special kind of person to be an entrepreneur because you have to be organized, you have to be detailed. And I always say you have to be honest. Your integrity means everything when you're working with clients and other people. Your word needs to be your word. For me, I always say under promise and always over deliver. I always go the extra mile for my clients. So if you're going to become an entrepreneur, be ready to really work because you wear a lot of hats. You wear every hat when you're first starting until you can outsource it to other people, hire employees to come in and help you. You have to be willing to get down and get in the trenches because you have to do every aspect of everything. It's a learning curve. You have to learn every area of your business. I remember when I was in fashion design and I wanted to just draw. I just wanted to sketch. That's all I wanted to do as a designer. And my teacher was like, well, you have to learn how to sew. And I was like, I don't want to know how to sew. But they say you have to learn how to sew because that is a big part of design. And what I learned and I took away from that is that you need to know every aspect of your business well. Even though you may not do it well, you can hire somebody else to do it, but you need to know every part. Because what I learned as being a designer in fashion, if I only sketched and I had somebody else doing the cutting of my fabric, somebody designing I can't even, my brain just went, the patterns to it. If the person who designed the pattern didn't get something right and they missed something and I didn't see that because I know nothing about that, when it goes to that expensive fabric and gets cut, it's all going to be wrong and it all has to be thrown out because I didn't catch it at the first stage that there was a mistake. Same thing in business. You need to know every aspect of your business because if something is wrong or something is off, it all falls on you and you need to know that. You need to know your books. You need to know that well because if you don't know your books, your accountant could be robbing you blind, but you don't know your books to know what's what or how to read your numbers, then you're expecting somebody else to do that, something that you don't know, you can get took. At the same time, if you don't know how to order your own flowers and what it costs, somebody could be giving out too much in recipes and then you're losing money. So if you're going to start a business, be ready to know every aspect of the business, always be learning. Always be learning from somebody else. I always say, get yourself a mentor, somebody who can mentor you. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. You need to have some other people that are smarter than you in the room. And you need to be willing to give back. Teach somebody who's willing to want to come up to where you are. Bring them alongside of you and teach them and mentor them just like somebody else is mentoring you. We be willing to give back when you're in business because in business, you need the community that is around you. And you also need to know the people that are in your industry, and you need to make alliances with them. Don't look at them as the competition. Be your own competition,
Thank you.
but make alliances
Thank you.
with them. Yes.
Thank
you
you
need to.
so much, Sherronda, for coming on today. It has been really great learning about the
Thank you.
event.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
For It's Your Business, I'm your host, Veronica Douglas, and we will see you next time.
Dear humans, this is an adoption campaign, but it's not for me, or Mr. Buttons, or Frank over there. It's for you, humans. This is a call to humans to adopt our movement, to adopt our cause.
This isn't just about saving one of us.
It's about saving all of us.
Thousands of lives, every single day.
It's about support for every one of us four, and sometimes not four-legged best friends waiting to meet a best friend of our own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge.
Shelter by shelter, city by city.
We can save thousands of pets each day. Join us. Together we can save them all.
I'm a hairdresser. I'm a beauty expert. I'm Ken Pavis. My mom was always there for me and always reminded me that I was enough. We received a phone call confirming that my mom had ALS. It really felt like a death sentence, so we avoided it. My mom and I have learned to find happiness in ALS. It makes me realize even more what it could never take away from her. Together we can end ALS.
In America, millions of families are facing hunger. After rent and power, I can get groceries. It's sad to say food comes last. Anna from Texas. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.